From the 24, Weldon will sprint out to his right and throw his first pass. Hawks the arm. Now he wants to go long. Downfield, he's got Dorsey wide open. He makes the catch at the 20, to the 15, to the 10. It is a Florida State touchdown! Touchdown, FSU!
The Bobby Bowden Show is brought to you by Barnett Bank and Gene Deckerhoff.
The regular season comes to a close, and the Florida State Seminoles finish with a big bang. The 33rd meeting between arch rivals Florida State and Florida, won by the Seminoles, 45-30. And Coach, would you have thought going in a high-scoring football game with that many points and that many yards?
No, I thought if we were to win the ball game, it'd be a low-scoring game, and we could not get in a shootout with them. I didn't think we could score points against their defense, but things worked out. It worked the other way around. We couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop us.
Seminoles set the stage for an exciting football game in sold-out Bill Campbell Stadium. On the second play from scrimmage, the long bomb, and Florida State never looks back. We'll have the highlights of Saturday night's game and a great moment in Florida State football with Burt Reynolds. Record crowd attending the 33rd meeting between Florida State and Florida Saturday night at Bill Campbell Stadium. Coach, not only was it a record crowd, but they got there early, about 3 hours before.
I called on the crowd, Gene. We had faced a crowd at Auburn and Miami that I thought was very tough on us, and our crowd came out and did the job. Dr. Sliger planted the spear in the ground. Last ball game he will attend here as president. Boy, we'll miss him. He's been a great president, and we're proud of him. Eric Terrell from Tallahassee receives the kickoff and brings it back to the 20. Shannon Baker there, number 1, blocking. There's Reggie Herring, number 80 from Pensacola. 67, Mancini from Brandon, Florida. Boy, if I were giving accolades, I'd give it to the offensive line first, because they did a great job blocking a great Florida defensive line. Casey Weldon rolls out. Dorsey makes a double fake against their corner, and it's a touchdown. And boy, that was a big play. It kind of set the tone. We're not talking about, it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it kind of set the tone. No, this is going to be a high-scoring game. Good blocking. Number 65, Hayward Haynes. 60, Mike Morris. 51, Robbie Baker from Fort Myers. And there's Dorsey's fake. See anyone? And boy, Casey Weldon put the ball right on the button.
Boy, Casey threw the ball so well.
Casey threw the ball. We had 2 more touchdowns dropped in this ball game where he just put the ball right on the money. Richie Andrews from Fort Lauderdale kicks the extra point. Brad Johnson, Black Mountain, North Carolina, our quarterback, holds, and Gene Houtt from North Carolina. This is a snapper. And here comes a pitch to, they fumble. Bill Reagan from Live Oak, Florida. I thought he had his best game. Howard Dinkins from Jacksonville, Florida, intercepts it. But what's Reagan's 15? Boy, look at that hit. He's one of the best hitters on our football team. And then old Dinkins there, again, from Jacksonville, Florida. I know the people over in Jacksonville proud of Howard Dinkins. He played so well for us, yeah.
He's got another year left.
Yeah, he really has. Yeah, look at him. Boy, he's excited. Of course, we're all excited. Ampli, who's one of the stars of the game, picks up 3 yards there on an off-tackle play. We don't move the ball very well. Rich Andrews comes in, kicks a 47 yard field goal, and we got a 10-0 lead. But Florida, we couldn't retain it. We couldn't contain them either. They take it and come right back. Shane Matthews, their quarterback, boy, he did a fantastic job. And could scramble. I cannot believe how he's fast. I think he's a lot faster than everybody thinks. So we tried to contain him. Bill Reagan's again, number 15, on a real good play. Leon Fowler there. I saw his mom and dad at the ball game. And they come in right back and kick a field goal. And now you can see, we're in for a battle. We had a two-score lead, a 10-0 lead. They come back 10-3. But our offense takes it right back. They take it right back. Now here's a reverse by Dorsey. Should have lost yards. Boy, it was a good job by who's that blocker that it would not get a penalty. That was old Hayward Haynes. Hayward really used his head there, didn't he? Instead of clipping, he just got out of the guy's way. Now Dorsey fought his way back to the line of scrimmage. We should have lost about 10 yards. Well, Florida's hard to fool. They were hard to fool. There's a good play by Paul Moore, our fullback, on a delayed pattern, and I don't think we make a first down, no, but it was short, and we run a shift, and they bite, and we get a first down of it on it. Now here's Dawson on a nice catch, and good tackle by Odoms, the linebacker from University of Florida. And here's Amp. Look at Amp find that daylight. Gee, he found daylight. You know, we've talked all year about how he makes you miss him. Doesn't have the great speed that you'd like. Well, look how he makes you miss him. And you'll see some runs later on. And look at Casey Weller. He's better carry. He'll make you miss him, too. And there's Matt Fryer, number 12 from Live Oak, Florida. And did he have a good ball? He sparked us the second half with a catch that really kept us moving. And here's Edgar Bennett from Jacksonville, Florida. I saw his dad after the ball game. I know all of his family was there, but I ran into his dad. And Edgar just played so well. I was very pleased with him. I couldn't thank our cheerleaders enough and our band enough for what they contributed to that game. There's Bennett, number 22, another Jacksonville, Florida, Lee High School athlete who's done so well. And here's Amp Lee out in the flat, and Amp Lee outruns him to the corner. He takes it to the corner.
That's a touchdown.
That's right. Now you got a 17-3 ball game. We maintain our 2-touchdown lead. We were fighting like mad to maintain our 2-touchdown lead the whole game. This one got us up 2. Florida would come back and score. We'd come back and score. Florida would come back and score. We'd come back and score. And we finally outlasted them. And as our offensive line, if I were crediting people, I'd start with our offensive line. Mancini, Robert Stevenson, Reggie Dixon, Hayward Haynes, Mike Morris, Robbie Baker. And there's Shane running the football. And I talk about number 55, Marvin Jones, a pure freshman. He led our team in tackles this year. He had, how many did he have? 18? He
had 18.
18 more. Led our team in tackles nearly every ball game. And I tell you, he's really turned into an outstanding linebacker. I mean, he already had it, but I mean, he got an opportunity to do it, and he did it.
And he becomes the first freshman to ever lead a Seminole football team in tackles.
Exactly. Here's Casey Weller now with the ball. People wonder what he's pointing at. He's pointing at their blitz man to see if he's letting our people know, watch out for that blitz man in case he comes. Now, here was a great play to Edgar Bennett. Was that? Yeah, it was Edgar Bennett. Casey, he was not the primary receiver. But Casey is really. Now look at Amp Lee here. Watch him run. Watch him. Make him miss you, Amp. First down. Nice job. First down. Reggie Johnson blocked well. Now watch. Now here's making you miss. This is what we mean when we say make you miss him. Watch. Look at it. All right. Now watch this. We're gonna look at it again. Now just imagine you're the tackler, and here he comes. All right. He sidesteps that guy. Now he sidesteps that guy. Now he sidesteps that guy. And now then but they had great pursuit out of number 98 there. I tell you, Florida, buddy. Once a year is enough. I don't want to play them one time a year. They are unbelievable. I think they're one of the best teams in the country, and I think the fact that we beat them, maybe we are too.
Edgar Bennett scores 2 touchdowns, both the short variety, and he's tough to bring down when he sees that.
Yes, he is. Warren Hart, also a Jacksonville, Florida athlete, is blocking for him up there. And we get that big touch. See, we're maintaining our 2-touchdown lead, so 24-10 at the half.
And Florida State has that cushion at halftime. If you think that was exciting, wait till you see the second half highlights. Now, between now and then, Burt Reynolds comes along with
probably one of the most unusual Florida State-Florida games that I think I can remember in a long time.
I think we didn't play a very good game, Vic. I don't think we went in there really prepared to play them, and I think that it showed, and Florida is always ready to play us.
Thank goodness, we had P.T. Willis out there throwing and Kerry Anthony catching, because otherwise we could have had a long, long night. With that one big play, Anthony went 62 yards and Florida State broke out on top 7-0. But the Gators came right back and answered in the first quarter, made it 7-3 and a field goal. Second quarter was a big shocker. The University of Florida takes the lead when Stacy Simmons runs an end around for 8 yards, and Florida goes out front 10-7. And Bert, I don't mind telling you, I'm thinking, whoa, don't tell me it's going to be one of those nights.
Well, Dexter Carter, I think, played a hell of a game. I think he kept us in the game. I think not only catching the ball and running the ball, but I mean, he just was an amazing athlete that day.
Wasn't a bad day, but also P.T. Willis was right there helping him out. He had over 300 yards passing.
Well, anytime you play Florida, it's going to be a great ball game. It doesn't matter what. Records don't mean a thing. You play the game.
Absolutely, but Florida State did prevail, 24-17. Tough ball game, but a good ball game.
Transportation for the Bobby Bowden Show arranged for and provided by Astro Travel and Tours of Tallahassee and Delta Airlines.
At halftime, Florida State up on the Florida Gators, and Coach, it got even more exciting in the second half.
Yeah, and this was a big play right here. Casey Weldon, good fake in there. Casey Weldon hits Matt Fryer. Look at this play. It's a freshman now. It's a freshman wideout, Matt Fryer from Live Oak, and his little old bow-legged body took that ball down, set up a big touchdown. Now, if you don't think he's bow-legged, I want you to watch him.
Watch him go airborne.
I kidded him when we watched him. No, great catch. But see, you can't get both those legs together at the same time. And he run. Great job. He has got so much spirit, so much fire, and of course that Casey Wellen is doing a great job back there, leading and directing and making plays. But Matt's kind of, I think, one of the favorites of our players. But here's Amp again, good blocking. Look at Edgar Bennett, number 22. Edgar Bennett throws a key block on one of Amp's runs. But Amp's a funny. Oh, they got a nose guard too. Got a face mask.
Right there, yeah.
Watch Amp tell him. Watch Amp.
Yeah, he's
a little animation out of him there. Yeah. But boy, see, our OL is knocking that. Our OL was not. Look at Bennett here. Watch Bennett. That son of a gun. Great run. But look at the block. There's old Warren Hart leading his way again from Jacksonville, Florida. I know his mama's mighty proud of him. She's a teacher, I believe, and he's an AB student, by the way. He and Dave Roberts are two fine students. We got others too, but one's a freshman, one's a senior, and I think that's important. Rich Andrews kicks the extra point, 31-10. Now we're up to what? 21-point lead.
3-touchdown lead.
But oh no, they're coming back. You know, if I were dedicating that game to somebody, I'd dedicate it to the Florida State band, the Florida State cheerleaders, and the Florida State fans who did such a great job of supporting us. Now there's your freshman, Marvin Jones. That was him making that tackle. Boy, Tony Moss from Miami, Florida had some great rushes. There's Kirk Carruthers, who's played better and better ever since the first of the season, getting a real good interception there. He and Reagans maybe ran each other. But here's watch Amp. Run, Amp. Give us a little, make a miss, Amp. Make a miss, thank you. That's some nice running there on his part. But see Big Bennett there leading interference. You see, he runs by people, and now he slips down there. He thinks he's a quarterback. We tell our quarterback to slide.
It's some kind of stiff arm. You don't see him execute it quite like that.
You don't see the stiff arm. Attaboy. Now, Amp, you're not the quarterback, baby. But while they run a reverse here, and there's old Tony Moss giving good effort, but there's number 55 again. Yeah. Now they penalize. See, you can't hardly tell where that side. I can't stand the way those sidelines are painted. They're solid, and you can't tell where the line is. That's one of the problems. Now there's number 14 making a great catch, takes it away from Terrell Buckley.
Buckley thought he had the pick off.
Yeah, Buckley thought he had it, but that guy just out hustling him for the ball, and then they come back and score easy touchdown. And see, they're so dangerous. I mean, they don't eat 50. The guy we blocked, Bill Reagans from Live Oak, a senior, blocked that extra point.
Well, that Live Oak connection, we saw Matt Pryor make that spectacular catch. Bill Reagans.
Bill's got 2 block punts this year, and that one. He might have another, but I mean,
3 of them.
That's why he's getting more popular. And so here's Kate. Here's what I said. Make him miss.
Watch this one.
Make him miss you. That's right.
I thought he was
that was great running. I tell you what, I just can't believe it. Now watch Edgar. Well, that's not the play. Now here's a great play by Mr. 29. He made All-American. They picked him first team All-American, Associated Press. And boy, that was good. Now look at Amp. Run, Amp. Now watch. I want you to watch Edgar Bennett, number 22. It's either he or Paul. It might be Paul Moore blocking him. There's old Brad Scott and Bill O'Sexton, who helped manufacture this. See, Edgar Bennett, number 22, blocked their linebacker there and opened a big hole in there. Robert Stevenson blocking up there. There's old Matt Fryer down there blocking in the end zone. And Big Dawsey, I don't know where Dawsey is, but he's working wherever he is. He's one of the most complete football players we have ever coached.
Amply 147 yards.
Yeah, he did a wonderful job. Our defensive line kept the pressure on, but they're tough. They were, well, I tell you, they had a tough one. There's old Leon Fowler there, and their quarterback. That's Shane Matthews. I saw him play in high school. We had him in a football camp, and he's going to break every record that Kerwin Bell and Steve Spurrier and John Reeves had. Now, here was a great play by Dawsey. This was one of the other big plays of the game. Dawsey called a pass, about a 16-yard pass, but runs it 60-something yards down to their 3-yard line and sets up this winning touchdown right here. Big Amp Lee walks in. He walks in, number 60 there, Mike Morris from Miami, Florida. Mike Morris and Hayward Haynes and Robbie Baker in the middle of our line answered the bell because the University of Florida had 2 outstanding defensive tackles, and we blocked them. Here's that is, who is that catching the ball? Kirkpatrick. I wanted to say hello to him because we tried to recruit him. His dad played football down at Tulane. I was a big, kind of a fan of him, and But he had a great game, there's no doubt about it.
Big Tony Moss right there at the end out of Miami. I guess he sort of summed it all up, how sweet it is.
Yeah.
4 in a row. Florida State beats the University of Florida in Tallahassee in front of a record crowd and a huge national television audience, Coach. And you have to be very proud of this young football team that's played so well toward the end of the season.
Well, I said, number one, I felt like Florida had to be a great team to come in there and beat us in Tallahassee. And I felt like we had to be a great team to beat them because I thought they were a great team. So I think that I think our football team has gotten there. Wherever that is, we're there.
Florida State 45, Florida 30. A closing comment coming up in just a moment. In the Blockbuster Bowl, Coach, and you take on Penn State down there.
Yeah, and it might be one of the best bowls. Penn State ranked in the top 10, Florida State ranked in the top 10. Looks like the Blockbuster got a good one.
Enjoy the holidays, Coach. Happy holidays to one and all, and thank you for joining us this season for the Bobby Bowden Show. We'll see you next year.
The Bobby Bowden Show has been brought to you by